We are not quite one full week into the Cowboys training camp, and faces begin to come and faces begin to go. Welcome everyone to Oxnard, California. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. I'm Brad Sham with Mickey Spagnola. One of the faces that we're going to say has come is one that's been here all week, but Randy Gregory's status officially changed today, and that gets him a little bit closer to playing football again.
Yes, Brad, it's the next step. He took part in the walkthrough practice. You know, I walked out. You're going to look at walkthrough. It's just a walkthrough, right? And then all of a sudden at right defensive end, I see number 94, and I go, oh, okay, we're getting close. And he did most of his work with the second team, but he actually took some reps with the first team too. So the Cowboys are trying to just kind of bring him along slowly. They did the conditioning. Now you get out there. They took him off NFI, and now he's able to go out on the field at least for the walkthrough at this point.
And here's the explanation of the status change at his briefing today from Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett.
Yeah, it's really just an opportunity for us to get him out on the practice field in the team on the grass sessions in the morning. And, you know, we're still going to be very deliberate with him in terms of getting him back into a full-speed practice. He's been away from football for a long time. He's doing very well. He did a good job keeping himself in shape. He's done a good job since he's been here, so he's making progress. But again, we don't want to compromise him early on here. So we're going to progress deliberately here. But taking the NFI off of him allows him to go out to the team on the grass sessions, the walkthrough sessions, if you will, and start to get some work.
So talking to Cowboys defensive coordinator Rod Marinelli, Brad, it's like the last thing we want to do after waiting this long is let him pull a hamstring or a groin. So there's no real timetable plan. They're just going to see how he handles the work going forward. It sounded like they hope he can get back and put the pads on prior to the San Francisco game next week. I don't know that he would play in it, but they're hoping that he can move forward as quickly as possible.
Well, the one thing I heard that was important from that standpoint for me from Jason Garrett today was that they hope they get him on the field sometime during preseason, which would give him an indication that he might be able to play in the regular season. When we come back, Mickey and Lindsey Draper have a close-up look at a Cowboy rookie trying to crack the lineup. This is Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola, and you know, this part of training camp especially is all about players that some of us are not very familiar with, trying to make a name for themselves. And Lindsey Draper's got the story of rookie defensive back Kam Kelly.
Well, guys, tonight we are talking about a player who really made some noise in OTAs and mini camps out here at the Star in Frisco all summer. It seems like he's doing the same thing out there in Oxnard, California, and that is defensive back Kam Kelly. One of the most intriguing positions this camp starts with cornerback. Today, we're introducing you to Kam Kelly. He's a rookie free agent out of San Diego State with rangy motion and a knack for fitting into a group that's alive and full of youth.
I think it's a new era. I think we're going to establish a culture here that's going to go on to hopefully we win Super Bowls with it, and then, you know, when we leave, we can bring in a new guy and we don't have to change the culture. They can just adapt to it and just keep it going for years to come.
Kelly has worked at both cornerback and safety since arriving in April, but frankly, he doesn't care where he's placed on the field.
Relentless. I feel like I'm like a honey badger. I just want to be wherever the ball's at and just try and wreak havoc wherever I'm at. But the main thing I want to do is just really become more of a student of the game and just kind of add that to my repertoire.
Kelly's name even popped up around the media a few times this offseason at the Star, but he knows better than to pay any mind.
It's nice and all, but it really doesn't mean anything until I make something of it. You know, people can say all they want. They can say I'm not going to make it, or they can say I will, but until I do, it doesn't really matter. I think you just got to play fearless, and you got to put 110% in on the field every single day and do all the extra work you can, stay in the playbook, and make sure you're familiar with the defense, because all the vets, they already know the defense. So if you can learn the defense like them, then you finally be on the same playing field as them.
Interesting story about Kam. His family moved from Round Rock, Texas to Wiley when he was 10 years old, went to high school there, and after his senior year in high school and while he was in college, Brad, he had a very interesting summer job. Let him tell you the story.
Yeah, every summer, starting after my senior year, I'd go back and we'd move, pack the trucks up at Valley Ranch with all the equipment that we bring out to training camp. And I got to go through Valley Ranch and see some of the older guys like Jason Witten and Tony Romo, and just guys that were on the team at that time, and see them work and just be around the facility and stuff. And it just kind of made me just want it even more.
So imagine what it'd been like if you were 18, 20 years old and you get to walk around the Cowboys facility.
It was surreal, I was like a deer in headlights. I was just eyes big, just walking around, and I talked to DeMarcus Ware, he just was telling him that this is what I wanted to do, and he just said, if you want to do it, then go get it. So stuff like that.
So he's taking DeMarcus Ware's advice. He's trying to go get it. He's getting some reps with the second team at free safety, the majority at third, but he's getting himself an opportunity.
A quick word or two about some other faces coming and going when we return to Oxnard on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
This segment was brought to you by Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Dallas Cowboys single game tickets starting at $30 are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium this season. Visit DallasCowboys.com to get your tickets before they're gone. Welcome back to Oxnard. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Today, the Cowboys had the second of 3 straight padded practices before a Friday off. At the beginning of tonight's show, we talked about people coming and going. We mentioned Randy Gregory. Cedric Wilson, the draft choice wide receiver, he's out for the year with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, the Cowboys had to end up putting him on injured reserve, and they're going to eventually do surgery on that. It was something that bothered him in college. It was a subluxation. It comes out, it goes back in, but a lot of times it stretches the ligament to the point where it won't stay in, so they're going to eventually do surgery there.
They worked a player out yesterday and they signed him.
Ricky June, wide receiver. They needed some numbers there. But helping the numbers also, Noah Brown, who's been out with a hamstring injury, got back in to some work today, so that helps out with the number of guys at the wide receiver position.
And the rookie tight end from Stanford, Dalton Schultz, who left camp for about a day and a half because of the birth of his first child, returned, went through walkthrough and practice today, and he's ready to step back in and take his reps. And beginning tomorrow, the Cowboys will be on a 7-day clock for preseason game number 1, believe it or not, next Thursday in San Francisco. Mickey and I will be back to set the stage for that and talk all about these last 2 padded practices on tomorrow's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Sleep Number. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. Want to tour AT&T Stadium? For more information, call 817-892-TOUR or visit attstadium.com/tours.
If you missed any part of this show or want to see more Dallas Cowboys content, check us out on the Cowboys Now app on any of your connected TV devices.